if I was running a world, which I am, I'm running the world inside my mind, I would teach a few primary things, but the number one thing on the list, number one would be breathing. Breathe well, breathe well. Because then breathing leads to number two. 2 feet. Representing that with 2 feet because it's easy. Ha! It's like 2 is sleeping. Gotta sleep at night, and the key to that is making sure your whole day leads to your mind being ready to do what it needs in every way. Because it's at night where it's the hardest thing to do is sleep. Your whole day gears you for sleep, and in sleep is where the magic happens. And then you wake up to number 3. Caring. You gotta care. If you don't care, what? You gotta care. It's just that simple. Number 4 is small things. Realize everything's a small thing. Everything's made up of small things. And if you can make up the small things, you can put them together to make the biggest of things you can't even imagine. All right? Number 5, Johnny Five's alive. Number 5, that would be ingesting. What are you going to intake on any given day? I'm the world's worst breather. I'm getting better with help, but it's something I've always had conflicts with. And most of it was because I realized I was asthmatic back in the day. I didn't know that until my son. And it's like, and it's mostly power plant manufacturing induced. I don't have that issue when I'm out of here. The doctors tell me the same thing. They later say, if you got sniffle problems, I don't want to hear it. And I'm like, yeah. Breathing. You get your breathing under control. Then, what do you drink? I used to be a milk guy for a while when I was a little kid. Way little. Before that, I was primarily a water guy. Never liked soda. Never, ever. It was water. And then I was told, Gatorade. Boosh. Out of the blue, I'm just shit-fucked, sucking sugar and salt in massive amounts. Because Gatorade, it's what you're supposed to do because sports science. Yeah, malted milk balls. Oh, fuck yes, because Horlick, they're selling them in Time Life magazine. And my dad had them. You take a fucking insane amount of calories this shit was. It was basically malted milk balls. But they'd tell you to, like, take 1 or 2 if you're going bowling, da-da-da. I'm taking, like, 5 adult-sized things for if you're, like, going to play baseball. I'm taking this shit before I go to pitch. I'm in a T League. You're actually kind of important as a pitcher, even though you're not technically pitching, but you're there. You're like a fucking octopus there trying to smother the fuck out of everybody and keeping the ball rolling. It's your game. And I'd be jacking up on sugar cubes and this shit, this sheer amount of calories. And at the same time, I'm wondering why I'm not ripped, but I'm just like in an insane fucking shape. Nobody can do what I can do. I got the sit-up record at the middle school. I got push-up record at the middle school. The 12-minute run record at the middle school. It's like fucking, I could do all the gymnast shit. I had coaches call me all the fucking time from high school when I was in junior high to come over for their teams before I was in the thing. I did not, because we had a really cool store and I like working there, and I knew the politics of sport, and I never got to do what I wanted to do, which was play basketball, because everybody always had a player for in there. I was better. I could destroy them on the courts. And it's like, what? When I got into an organized situation, it was all politics and shit. Yeah, I literally had my math teacher, I'm advanced math, every day he'd tell me whose players are going to be. And, I mean, I was literally told not to even bother going out for the fucking team because he already had his players. And one was the principal of North's son. And that said, Principal North's son was one of the best guards come out of Sheboygan ever. And I remember him shooting off his mouth in the locker room. And him and Steve Bardetsky, and it's like, and he's like, I can beat any two people in this school. And Kevin Caesar just goes, Burnett, you can't beat Burnett. And I'm just sitting there, oh, okay, cool. I hear this quiet little fucking me that talks to nobody. And it's like, Burnett can beat you. And he's like, I can beat, it's like, Burnett, you in here? I'm in here. And it's like, I go, let's go. And it's like, all right. So we're getting ready to walk out there. He's got his ankle weights on there and shit and this and that. And it's like, well, I'm ready. He backs down, doesn't play. Caesar's just laughing. He's like, Burdett can beat you any day. And I'm like, just walk away. And it's like, I never got to play him directly. And it's the Steve Prefontaine thing. I had it happen in 6th grade. Wadzinski. Yeah. He just had no game. But it's like, I'm told I'm going to be coming into this Catholic school. I'm hearing about this kid that's just going to torch my ass. This and that. I went over to a buddy from James Madison's house because this kid lived in his neighborhood. We went and played in the driveway over there by a guy's house. I realized I own him in every way. Bigger, littler, faster, stronger. Fucking, I flew. I was a machine. He kind of just walked along and like a human. And I owned him. We started that game. I jumped center of the littlest guy out there. Won the tap. And it's like we go down. I don't remember what happened. But they're coming down court. I go to him. I go, what the fuck are you doing with my ball? I leaped flat out. Poked that ball. He went running after it as he's going to the floor. I pushed him in the ass, so his face smashed into the floor. And I ran right by him, and I scored. That was the game. I just kept doing that shit. I didn't push him and stuff. But I didn't follow him. I didn't do anything that wasn't basketball legal. I just knew that I was Wilt Chamberlain. And I knew what I was going to do that game. I was going to do whatever the fuck I wanted all game long. And I was going to show off. And I was going to make sure that he knew he couldn't never compete with me. And he couldn't. And I did. And it's like, but literally there was a point where I never got to compete against anybody really on the north side. But on the south side, I pretty much banged up on everybody. It was pretty good. But then when you got into more organized ball, I'd be on the team. And I wouldn't even fucking see the court through Y-ball because literally I had a game in Lewisburg. I'm on the bench. I don't get in all game. It's getting down to the last 2 minutes. We're down by like 6. My dad's in the stands talking to another dad. Dad goes down and tells the coach that if he doesn't put me in, he's going to kick his ass. I go in there. I think we won. I'm pretty sure we won. I just scored straight points, stole the ball every time we went in. That was it. Game over. And it's like I played about a minute. I definitely dominated. And that was it. But the fact was, my dad saw for one of those what happened to me after he was my coach in 6th grade. I was the highest scorer, highest rebounder in the city. Probably, it was fucking nuts. And it's like I was so little. And I always jumped center and I always won. And it's like, it was just fun. For me, it was just going and showing off. And it's like, but afterwards, when other people were coaches, they had people that they wanted to play my position. That's usually how people become a coach, right? They're highlighting a nephew, a son, or whatever, you know. So they got their kid that they're promoting, and all of a sudden I'm not even seeing the fucking court. And it's like, seriously. And no, when my dad saw that, but he was so deep down. My parents were like these outer space people. Then it's shifted in 7th grade where they were never home. As far as I knew, they left the house at 5 in the morning and came back at 6 at night. And it's like, I know they went out to eat for all 3 meals. I know what they did in general because I worked with them later on, but it's like never fucking saw them. My older sister was my mom. The world's first thing she made was this boxed fucking shits, and the peas exploded in powder and that because food wasn't perfected then in boxes, and she didn't let it soak properly. But I learned not to eat anything but Tombstone pizzas. Yeah, oh yeah, that was it. I ate Tombstone pizzas for a whole fucking year. That's it. I'd have a full Tombstone pizza for lunch, one for dinner. And I was such a little shit. I was so little. I mean, I was probably around 35 pounds. 40 pounds, maybe. I was a fucking machine. The littlest. But I knew I made it work. I'm talking about me because I'm the only one I care about right now. This is me time. I'm thinking about other people. Sure. Of course I am. I have to. And it's like I'm thinking about a lot of different people as I'm going through even this. One in particular. And it's like, God. I mean, all this shit I'm doing here, this is going to feed into my AI. It's going to be a personality later. Somebody's going to be able to deal with me.